who has corrupted Earth's timeline, destroyed the final gallery, invaded the very hall of Time Lord Immemorial.
Quite the back catalogue.
You have 15 hours to apprehend him.
15 hours. Love a countdown. Here we are with the long-awaited final act for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary celebrations from Big Finish. Why it took so long, goodness knows. The reason why we're here today is because this features the two most mysterious incarnations of the Doctor, the Fugitive Doctor and the War Doctor, with the former making her Big Finish debut. The most substantial reason why you should pick this up is because this is Jo Martin's debut in the Big Finish audios. Right off the bat, I can safely say she does not disappoint. Is this the right way to introduce her though? Well, that depends on the listener. Someone who's no stranger to Big Finish is Jonathon Carley, voicing the young War Doctor once again. His impression of the late John Hurt is not 100% spot on, but that's not the point, as Carley is portraying a younger version of the character. If you're still not sold on this idea, then rest assured, Carley is a delight to listen to, with him bringing back that familiar raspy voice. He is excellent as the War Doctor, and there's a good reason why his own series, The War Doctor Begins and The War Doctor Rises, is very popular with Big Finish listeners right now. Also coming back is the Queen of Big Finish herself, Lisa Bowerman, playing the OG time-travelling archaeologist Bernice Summerfield. She was there at the genesis of Big Finish, and it feels right to have her involved in this Once and Future series, yet strange to have her meet two incarnations of the Doctor she is unfamiliar with. The banter between her and the Fugitive Doctor is a delight, the highlight being the Fugitive Doctor calling her Lenny. You even have Chase Masterson coming back as former space bounty hunter Vienna Salvatore. It seems like a lot has happened to her leading up to the events of this adventure. Perhaps there's something in store for her character in the coming years. Nevertheless, it's cool for die-hard Big Finish fans that she's here. Otherwise, this will go over the head of someone who is completely new to this. Then you get Imogen Stubbs entering the battlefield as Queen Elizabeth I. This is nice, if not a bit random. My first impression of her appearance is she's just here for fan service due to her appearance in the 50th alongside the War Doctor. The most bizarre element about this is that she, along with her army, are just completely okay to partake in a space battle, which also sees the Void of all races show up too. The story sounds truncated, but let me backtrack. The Fugitive Doctor is sent on a mission to track down a war criminal responsible for crimes committed earlier on in the Once and Future series. The criminal, of course, is the War Doctor. The other selling point is the Doctors are at odds with each other, which leads to the War Doctor assembling an army with Elizabeth I, which is just bonkers. Fugitive is paired with Benny, not Lenny, and ends up recruiting the Void. The final act of the final act can only be described as an epic battle, but with a few twists along the way. Interactions between the two Doctors in this outing is the best thing about this. The actors really bounce off each other, and you get the sense they're having a lot of fun recording these lines in the studio. It is the unconventional multi-Doctor story due to the nature of these two incarnations. However, I personally enjoy this a lot more than Time Lord Immemorial. This story is a lot of fun. Aside from a few lines here and there about the degeneration, this does not feel connected to the overall arc of the Once and Future series. Again, I do have to ask, why the hell did it take so long for this story to get released to the public? It's a strange move to have the Fugitive Doctor debut at the end of the 60th anniversary series, which had its last installment a year ago. But then again, maybe that's the point. Being mad, being strange. The War Doctor has two of the most unconventional companions among the Doctor Who canon now, a ram and a great jelly. Yeah. This is bonkers. These two Doctors are so far apart from many of the numbered incarnations. Both do reckless things in this, which are so un-Doctor-like, which makes me yearn for more stories featuring these two. Luckily, we have Big Finish on hand with both. The War Doctor now has plenty of adventures centered around the Time War. It's cool that this story takes him away from that for a little while as he takes on the Fugitive, but still threaten the web of time by getting his future wife, Elizabeth I, involved. The Fugitive Doctor gets her own series in 2025, which may be a simpler starting point for new fans who want to get into the Fugitive Doctor on Big Finish, this may be a little bit too alienating for you. Coda, the final act, does not feel like the conclusion to a 9-story epic. The Union did the job fine. This feels like an extra slice of cake, which was made for a celebration which was left over for a little bit too long. Some may like it, and some may find it disappointing, especially if you're just here for Joe Martin and have no idea what is even happening. It's certainly no masterpiece, but I don't think Tim Foley was aiming for that. It's a script full of witty dialogue. It does sag towards the end, but the performances by all involved do not disappoint. It may be the final act for this saga, but now the Fugitive Doctor has finally entered the fray of doctors to appear in Big Finish. Roll on 2025.